Hi everyone, can you all hear me? Just want to make sure that everybody in the back row can hear me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We're just having technical difficulties with our headsets. Let me get my outline up. Okay, how's everyone doing today? Hopefully good. I can hear cat screeching stuff. That is you. Huh. Finer than frogs' hair. Wow, frogs have hair? Okay, well, getting started here. Damien might be popping on and off, so just bear with him. For those of you who don't know, my name is Sugar Paolino. I'm co-owner and co-founder of Island Oasis. It's great to see you all here. You look like you're not wearing anything. Woo! Wow. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay, you have your hair up, don't you?
Yeah, I have my hair up.
Yeah, that's fine.
My husband, real life and in world, is Damien Paolino. He is the other co-owner and co-founder of Island Oasis. My job is to take care of everything in world, to make sure everything is going good for everybody in Island Oasis. Damien's job is all of the technical part. He does everything out of world. He keeps the servers up and running, the coding, all of the things that make Island Oasis be able to run. So I will go through the rest of my staff. We have behind me Miss Allison Paolino. She is also on my executive staff. She is the IO Marketing Department Director. Then we have Sub-Zero Paolino. He is on my senior staff. He is in charge of all scripting. Then we have Sheena Paolino. She's also my senior staff, and she is in charge of the mentor department. And last but not least, we have Scotty Paolino, who is now taking over Regional Support Director. Will Paolino will no longer be here. Scotty is taking over that position. With that, Scotty is also working hand in hand with Damien for servers, regions. He's kind of Damien's right hand right now, helping him with all different things. So that is my Paolino staff. Okay, first topic that I wanted to talk about. Damien unplugs the coffee maker with sugar. Leave it to Tommy. First topic I wanted to talk about today was the importance of clearing cache. We are getting a lot of people coming in saying, I can't res, or I can't render in world, I can't res any objects, people see me as a cloud. I could tell you or missing things exactly, Daisy. There's missing things from my inventory. When that happens, instead of contacting somebody, there's a few steps that you should go through. First, the biggest thing is clearing your cache. Now, on some of the viewers, their cache, it's just going to clear your network cache. Other viewers are going to clear your inventory cache and your network cache. Imprudence is probably the best viewer to clear your cache. because it clears absolutely everything. A lot of people don't understand, don't forget group cache. A lot of people don't understand when they're jumping from one grid to another grid to another grid using the same viewer, or if they're using, all right, let me think about that. If they're using the same viewer or they're using the same avatar but on multiple different viewers. That is when you need to clear your cache. So, for instance, if you have a place here in Island Oasis, your Abby is the same on every grid, Rosie, but you may be using a different viewer for each thing. If you have the same Abby, like in Island Oasis, you have Rosie Labachkin, but you log on with Firestorm, and then you use Rosie Labachkin again and log on with Imprudence, and then you log on with another one, still all in Island Oasis, your cache is going to get screwed up. Or, I have separate cache locations for each viewer too. Yes, that does help. But remember, even with separate cache locations, if you're on Rosie and Island Oasis, and you're on Firestorm, for an example, and you're in the middle of building something, and then you want to get back in Island Oasis and you go on Imprudence, well, what you just built may not be in your inventory because it was built on Firestorm. So you need to clear your cache so that way the other viewers can see it also in there. So cache is extremely important, and that will eliminate a lot of rendering issues. Please use a dedicated, that's right. For me, for instance, because I'm in multiple different places, Island Oasis, I use the old Phoenix viewer. That is, that's what I use. That's the only viewer that I will use for sugar in Island Oasis. When I go over to Second Life, I will use the Firestorm viewer. When I go over to In Worlds, I will use Imprudence viewer. So even though it's Sugar Palino going into all these different worlds, I use a specific viewer for that world. That way it keeps my cache cleared and it's not getting screwed up with any other grid. Because otherwise you're going to have to clear cache every time you change to a new viewer. And a lot of people don't understand how important that is. If you see that you cannot render, that you've cleared your cache, next thing to do is to make sure that you are on a viewer that's compatible with your computer system. All viewers are built kind of in a general way. Every computer will handle viewers in a different way. So, for instance, Damien can get on Firestorm. He has absolutely no issues with Firestorm. I can't. I have to use the old Phoenix because I have issues with Firestorm. Even though we're in the same house using the same internet connection, because our computer systems are different, the viewers are going to act different. No viewer is specifically made 100% for an OpenSim grid. There's going to be glitches and hiccups in every single viewer that accesses any OpenSim grid. So that's the first thing that you need to understand. Second thing, is if you're having a problem with the viewer that you're on, like if everything keeps coming up under your recent tab, if you're having your full inventory come up under your recent tab every time you log in, that could be a glitch with the viewer that you're using. If people are coming up as unknown that could be a glitch from the viewer that you're using. My Phoenix messed up my camera angles now. It shoots way above. Something along those lines happened with Allie. And I don't know, Allie, was that your Phoenix viewer or was it a different viewer?
Phoenix 1.6.1.691, and it cannot be corrected to my knowledge.
Really? Okay.
I just learned to work with it.
Learn to work with it. Even with imprudence, last night I downloaded an older imp from my lappy and could not log in. I had to get...
No.
Tommy, the best thing that I can tell you, when it comes to the viewers, older viewers or experimental viewers are not recommended for Island Oasis, especially when it comes to imprudence. If you use the experimental version of imprudence, you will have issues here in Island Oasis. Also, if you use the older, what is it, the 1.3.2, I think it is, Tommy, is the older version of imprudence that was out, that you will have issues. Yeah, you'll have issues with that one. What we have on our downloads page is going to be the most stable versions of the viewers that we can find. So I would always recommend that if one of the viewers is not working for you, go to a download. I had to download from the page to be able to log in. Okay, IO download page. Yeah, that we put those there for a reason. We test the different viewers on multiple different computers, and we try to put the most stable version on our downloads page. Again, remember that every viewer is going to act different with every person's computer. So even though we feel that that may be the most stablest version, that may not be the best version or the best viewer for you. So it's really kind of a trial and error when it comes to OpenSim grids. Another thing when it comes to viewers, for those of you that grid hop to Abby Nation or to InWorld, each of them have taken one of the viewers. I believe Abby Nation has taken the Imprudence viewer and changed some of the code in it. It's either, Volk, what viewer do they have? That's it, Singularity. Okay, and they changed some of the code in the Singularity viewer to run good and work with the Abby Nation system. When you come over to Island Oasis with the Abby Nation viewer, you will have issues. So please do not use the Abby Nation viewer here in Island Oasis. Download, if you want to use Singularity, download the regular version of Singularity. InWorlds has also done kind of the same thing. I think they're the ones that did the Imprudence. They have a version of Imprudence that they've modified, just as Abby Nation did. Modified it to work with their code on their system. If you use that version of Imprudence here in Island Oasis, again, you will have issues. And that's kind of a big thing when it comes to OpenSim grids. People try to find the best viewer for them. Each world is going to be a little different because the coding is going to be a little different in each world. The physics engine may be different. The way things are scripted may be different. So the viewer is going to handle that and see that in all different ways. Notes Imprudence won't work. There, it freezes me up, so I did. Yeah, the best thing I can tell you is use viewers that are on our downloads page. Those are tried viewers, those are tested viewers, and those are viewers that we do know work here in Island Oasis. I'm here. At the moment, she should be working. Okay. Rosie, get with Damien, and so we could find out more about that viewer, so we can, check it out. If it's good, then it can go, on our approved list. We do block viewers. Firestorm in a wrapper. Okay. We do block viewers. Just so you know, if you cannot access this, if you cannot access Island Oasis on a certain viewer, okay, that's good, Volk. If you cannot access Island Oasis, it's been put on our blacklist. Any known viewers that we find, I must have actually. Okay, thanks for stopping in. We'll be having the meeting posted up on the website and YouTube and things, and then we have a live chat next Sunday. So you won't miss anything. You can still view it at your convenience. What was I just talking about now? I just totally lost my train of thought.
Oh, we have a blacklist.
Oh, our blacklist. That's it. Blacklist view. Sorry.
It's old age.
Oh, it's not old age. We have our blacklisted viewers. The more we find that are copybot viewers, because we take a very active role in safety content here in Island Oasis. If we find viewers to be copybotted viewers, anything that could potentially do things to our members' content, that will go on a blacklist, and it doesn't matter. You will not be able to access Island Oasis. If you're found spoofing your IP address on one of those or anything like that, you will be absolutely banned from Island Oasis. Right. They mask themselves to be one of the normal viewers, Rosie. We're well aware of that, and we try to dig deeper for what we can. So if it is found out that you are using a copybot viewer in any way, shape, or form on Island Oasis, you will immediately be banned from Island Oasis. Your inventory, your money, everything just stops immediately. You will be done. There will be no questions. Because that is one thing we don't take lightly, is people coming over here and copybotting other people's hard-earned content. If you believe that somebody is on a copybot viewer, please get in contact with one of us Palinos so we can investigate it, so we can see, because we have to have proof, but we will do everything in our power to make sure that copybot viewers stay away from Island Oasis. Next thing. Hi, Rennie. Go ahead. Take a seat. Mesh-enabled viewers. That is next on my list. We are getting a lot of mesh content here because we are mesh-enabled. If you are on Imprudence or if you are on Hippo, you will not be able to see mesh. If you look over to my left, for those of you who can see mesh, if you have a mesh-enabled viewer, you will see a pair of pink shorts that are resed right underneath the sign of me wearing a pair of pink shorts. Those of you who are on like Imprudence and things that can't see it will not see the shorts resed in World. You'll only see the picture. And you'll see, I think it's just like a flat, funky looking prim. I have them both pictures on my left and on my right. So I would suggest for those of you who cannot see the shorts, start checking out the other viewers. On our list, the only viewers on there that are not mesh capable would be Hippo and Imprudence. All the other viewers that are on our downloads page will show you mesh. Let's see. Oh, I know Denzelfly, he was talking about bringing in his mesh hair. So, definitely if you're going to be in here, you might want to be able to see the mesh so you don't see kind of funky things. Go ahead, Froggy. What's your question? Out of those mesh-enabled viewers, which one has the same user? None. I know that's kind of a bummer. None.
The best thing would be the old school Phoenix.
Yeah, the old school Phoenix is going to be cool. Yeah, cool VL viewer. I haven't used that one. I do know it works well in here. Okay.
There you go. There's your answer.
It's called Cool VL Viewer.
There's a link on our downloads page for
Yep.
it.
If you go to our downloads page, we have all the viewer links there to download. If you want to just type in our downloads page.
I'm doing it right now. I'm getting one.
Okay. Is it true that they have begun or are going to begin work on MV again? I don't know.
What? I didn't read the questions.
I've been told a couple different things. I've been told that they stopped all updates for Imprudence, that they will not be working on it anymore. But then I also heard that
They just released
they're
it.
going to be releasing, or they're starting work again on it.
Getting conflicting stories.
Yeah, we're getting conflicting stories, so I posted a note about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that on Facebook, that you posted that. So, it's
I posted
definitely
it on
something we will keep, checking, and when it's released, we'll try it in here, see if it's mesh enabled. Because I like Imprudence. That's like my favorite. You don't think so?
No, I don't think it's mentioned.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it and see, kind of how it does, because that would be nice if it is.
I like that they're releasing it. They didn't say anything about meshing.
Okay. I know Kakua Viewer, is that like Imprudence?
It's made by the same people, but it's more of a viewer 2 interface, but it does
Oh,
support
it is.
It does
Okay.
support mesh.
Okay, yeah, Rosie says it's
Yeah,
V2.
it's like a viewer 2 interface. I don't mind it. I'm pretty flexible with it.
Oh, I hate the new interface. That's just a personal preference. I like the old Phoenix. Old Phoenix and Imprudence, that's what I stick with. Okay, so moving on. Starting this coming week, we have now implemented stipends for landowners. Which means if you own land through Island Oasis, if you're renting from somebody else's land or whatever, that is not part of this. It's actually through Island Oasis. For your premiums, it is 500 Palino a month you'll get. For homestead, it's 1,000 Palino a month you'll get. And for fulls, it's 2,000 Palinos a month you'll get. We'll be implementing that this week. Oh, Tommy, you're such a goof. We're still working out the details, Wizard, on how that's going to go, if it's going to be per region. I believe it is. Allie, is that what we decided was per region?
Yeah,
So I know
per
we had-
region.
Okay.
Yeah, I just typed that in local.
Okay.
A minute to show. Yes, per region. So if you are someone who owns more than one region, let's say you own a premium region and a full region, you will get your premium will be based on both of those. Your stipend will be based on both of those.
So not only will landowners get a stipend monthly, you'll also get your landowner's appreciation gift after you've owned your region for 6 months. Yeah, that has to be 6 consecutive months. For the landowner's gift, for a premium, owning a premium, you will get a 500 prim bump. If you own a homestead, you will get a 1,000 prim landscape sim. If you own a full, you will get a 2,000 prim landscape sim. I have to read local because people are saying if you want a premium region, it's done. Oh, okay. Those customer appreciation regions have already begun. They've already been rolling out. Will told me one, and then I haven't seen him again. Correct. Will is no longer a Palino. Scotty Palino is taking over his position, so he'll be looking over if somebody was supposed to get something that hasn't, please leave Scotty Palino a note card. Yep, Froggy, that's you. Leave him a note card at his mailbox at the welcome zone. Don't do an instant message because sometimes if you log in, you crash right after you log in, well then the instant message is gone. If you put a note card in that person's mailbox at the welcome zone, it's there, and then they can come get it at any time. Please leave Scott a message of, okay, this is when I bought my sim, this is the name of the sim, this is it a premium, a homestead, kind of things, just kind of the details, so that way he can look it up in our records to see if it's been missed. Yeah, and you could do both. But if you do the note card, it's a lot better because then you're pretty much guaranteed that he gets it. But you could do both also.
Oh yeah, we qualified on the 13th of last month for a homestead.
Okay, 13th of last month for homestead.
So they get a 1,000 prim.
Okay, yep. Froggy, just leave that note and we will get that taken care of right away then. I'm sorry that it was not taken care of when it should have been, but we will be correcting that situation now. Okay, so that's the stipends, landowner gifts, DJs and hosts. I am looking to fill all 3 of the clubs. We have the Social Club, Club Ecstasy, and Blue Water. I'm looking for any DJs or hosts. You'll be working at all 3 of those clubs. It's not one specific. It is going to be a rotating schedule. At the welcome zone, I have a big sign-up thing. So if you are interested at all in that, go to the welcome zone and find the big sign-up thing. The instructions are there. Read through it. It tells you how much I pay, kind of things like that. And take advantage of that there at the welcome zone. The last thing that I have is stats, which I am going to have Damien take over for stats. I know our growth was awesome this month. I'm too expensive.
You can't afford me.
Wow. You could be my personal host. Just kidding. Okay. Are you getting on my
I'm
headset?
gonna have to because I don't want to talk on open mic.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
The sound quality on this machine is not very good anyway. Hello, everybody. Switch back and forth here. Can you guys hear me? Hi, Harley. Okay. So, I don't know. Okay. Let's see. 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 I'm just going to talk real quick about the stats. This past month, May was our third best month so far since we've been open. We had, and let me bring up the statistics here of what I have. We had 265 new members join in May. So that is our third best month since we opened, so that's really, really good. I don't think we had one single day, well, we had only three or 4 days this past month where we had less than 5 people join or 5 new members join the grid, so that's really good for us. Looking at the current statistics, we have 188 regions on the grid, and I have a few in my inbox that I have to put up today, not including the one for Froggy, but that will go up today as well. Our total logins so far for the past 30 days is 11,697 total logins. Unique logins is 1,212. And as of the last reported statistics on Hypergrid Business, it put us in the top 4 most popular grids in the world. So there was OS Grid, In Worlds, Abbey Nation, and then Island Oasis. So we were consistently in the top 5 or 6. This past month we were in the top 4, so that's really good for us. So we're going to continue down this path. I have some announcements that I'll be making later on in the meeting, which I think everybody will be happy to hear. But that's pretty much all I had. And Sugar's walked away from the table, so I'm waiting for her to come back. So bear with me for 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Sugar. Sorry.
Okay. That's what I was looking for from Allie. Because what's important when you look at all the grids, including Second Life, is not the actual member account of how many people are creating an account. What you're looking for is the unique logins, is how many people create an account and actively be a part every month of that grid. Now, a lot of places can have their member count in, 50,000, 500,000, because people create an Abbey, they log in, and either they didn't like it, too laggy, whatever the reason is, they choose not to come back. Well, that still is boosting numbers for their member count, but it's not showing a true and accurate of what is actually going on in a grid. That's why some of these grids that have extremely large numbers of accounts of members, they're empty grids. You go there and there's simply just nobody there. And that is because of their active users. Some are traumatized by taking food. Huh?
Talking food.
Talking food. Oh, by talking. Okay, she's the ice cream cone. It took me I know. I haven't had my coffee yet. I don't want to shut the grid down, so you got to give me a break. Just kidding. So anyways, it's the percentage that's really important. That kind of tells us what our growth is being.
Daisy wiggled right through the gate.
Okay. Here we go. No, I'm not having coffee. I have my water, so I'm good. So when you're looking at, all the other grids, just, I guess, never judge a grid by their member count. It's good to see that grids are growing, but people can also create multiple Abbeys, which also increases the member count. It's the active members. And who else has 8? Abbey Nation. And Allie, what was ours? All right, SL has 0.01%. In Worlds has 8%. Abbey Nation has 3.5%. No other grid has higher than 8%. What is our percent? And these are actual statistics that anybody here can find out this information. This is all public information. Ours is at 26%. That is fantastic.
Didn't mean that last part to be in
26%
types
of our
in
members
caps,
log
sorry.
in at least once a month.
So what it means is, though, although we may be a smaller grid, we are the most active grid of all grids you will find anywhere. So
Yeah, that's nothing to
I
sneeze
think that
at.
speaks volumes.
Yes, it does. Hi, Isis. Oh, Isis, we have some super news. Did you go over that yet?
Not yet, I'm waiting for my turn. I just went over
Okay. I am going to let Damien take over now.
Then this is going to be my time.
Yes, that's your time talking. Except he's going to be Miss Sugar, so because his headset isn't working. So go ahead, tease him. It's cool. Here he is.
Hello, I'm back. Yeah, I'm talking about a couple things. First thing is email to Prem. With the help of an input of our friend Volkmar over here from Nexu Technologies, we were able to find and locate a module for email to Prem that will function here, and we've been doing some testing. He's been doing some testing, and it does work. So I will be completing the rollout of that module across the grid this weekend. So email to Prem in and out of world will work here. So, for example, if you have a system that relies on incoming email to initiate a certain action, reset scripts, whatever it might be, whether it's a rental system, a vendor system, whatever, or email or Prems have to communicate with each other on a regular basis, that kind of stuff. That will be available to you. So we're excited about that because that's kind of one of those cool features that a lot of people take for granted. Don't realize it doesn't come standard with the OpenSIM core software, and so it requires some additional programming and additional work to make that work. So that's going to be rolled out, and Isis, you'll be very happy to hear. Also, with the help of Volkmar from Nexu Technologies and some input from some of his friends, we're going to be rolling out group notice attachments here in the next few days. So I know that's been a long time coming. That's something that people have been harassing me about, reminding me about since we first opened the grid.
Harassing, reminding.
And so we will have that available to you very, very soon. So again, Volkmar, thank you for your input and for your time and effort in helping us identify a module that will work for us. It will take a little bit of work on my part to get it implemented. We may have to do a grid maintenance window in order to implement it because it might require some data migration. But my voice was too soft too. Isis, we will have group notice attachments very, very soon, the next few days. So
He said he broke his nail, ruined his day.
she's like, I love you. I love you too. Anyways, yeah, so that will be there. So I'm excited about that.
Crap my pants again. You're gonna have.
We're going to continue to be doing...
Gross.
What?
That's just Tommy.
I'm like reading that. It totally distracted me. Anyway. Sure. We're going to be continuing to roll out new servers, improving servers. We think we've found the magic combination for region servers for performance-based configurations to make sure that all the SIMs perform at peak optimum potential. And so that's good for us and good for you guys. So we're working on that as well. I don't have anything else to discuss.
Just remind people.
Region owners, make sure you use the website to restart your SIMs. Don't use the viewer. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, come to me after the meeting and I'll explain it in more detail. Yeah, so be sure to use that. Be sure to take advantage of the backup and restore features that are available to you in the Region Manager on the website as well. I kind of liken it to, if you are working on your sim and you've got it just the way you like it and it's perfect and you don't want to mess it up, you can always take a backup of it. That way, if for some reason, God forbid, something did happen, you could always restore back to that point. And you can do that at your convenience. You don't need to submit a trouble ticket. You don't need to contact me. You can do it, at your convenience whenever you want. Same with restarting your sims. Same with launching your sims, and that sort of thing. So that's something, just a friendly reminder.
And the backups you keep?
Right. The backups stay when you take a backup from the website. Those backups, those OER backups, stay on our servers, and they're there for the life of the sim. So as long as you own the sim, as long as that sim is online, those backups will be available. When the sim goes offline, those backups are deleted. We do not deliver backups to people to take to other grids. We don't do that for security purposes. In the interest of protecting the content of content creators, we do not deliver OERs to members. But you can take the backup at your convenience, and you can load backups at your convenience. I also, just for you guys, so you can feel at ease, we take daily backups. Yes, she did. We take daily backups of all the sims on the grid every day. It's not an OER backup; it's a database backup. But we take. I have backups scheduled to run on all the regions on the grid starting at 4 a.m. every day, 4 a.m. Central Time. So we have backups, but those are for disaster recovery purposes. But your OER backups are separate, and those are for your convenience to use however you wish. Okay? And I think that's all I had to discuss. So I'm going to hand it back to Sugar.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Oh, how is the plan for moving? Okay,
You want to talk about
hold
that,
on,
or-
here he is.
Okay. Sorry, I prematurely gave up my headset. It's going well. I've been in talks with the data center managers and their implementation specialists, and we actually will be doing a tour of the data center next Friday to go through and take a look at the facility. It's only about 20 minutes from here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's really close, and so basically, I've already talked to them about pricing and configuration and all that, and their facility will definitely work for us. You guys will see a significant improvement in performance, as the bandwidth and everything will be significantly better. So it's just going to be a better solution for everybody. Well, we will have 24/7 access to the facility, key card access to the building, and obviously key access to the cabinets, but I'll make sure that Sugar does not get a copy of the keys.
Whatever.
To my knowledge, the land purchasing does work now, so if you're experiencing an issue, get with me after the meeting, because I had a couple come in overnight.
Say, we had 4 regions
Yeah,
come
so
in
I know that
overnight.
it is working.
So.
Maybe it's an issue with your browser or something, so we can discuss and find out what's going on.
Tell Tommy I'm plugging in the coffee machine right
He's
by
plugged-
his regions.
She's gonna turn off your Sims for coffee.
Everybody else will be safe. Tommy's host.
Yours.
Everyone can hear you.
Yes, you can.
You are
Okay.
So anyways, just figures. Okay, so I think that's all I had.
Is there any questions?
Do you guys have any questions? Anything else you wanted to ask me while I'm...
Somebody
Sort of
gave the
kind of
question of, I think that was physics.
Oh, physics engine.
Yeah, Sugar. Any news on new engine?
Okay.
Question about the new engine.
We're still working on that. I don't want to give any definitive answers. We definitely are working on it. It's definitely a challenge to retrofit physics engines into the existing OpenSim platform. There's a reason why it took InWorlds a year or more to get their physics engine implemented. They didn't go with Havoc, they went with physics. We are looking at several different possibilities. We do not think, and this is kind of, I guess, new news, we do not think at this point that Havoc is going to work for us.
Right, at this time.
At this moment in time, we do not think Havoc is going to work for us. But we are looking at physics, and we are looking at the new BulletSim physics engine, which I know some of you are probably thinking, what? Why would you even consider such a thing? But I have seen some tests done on the new physics, or not the new BulletSim physics engine, and I was really impressed with it. So we're going to continue doing some testing with that. Once we get that physics engine up and running in the beta environment, we will be making it available for you folks, or some of you folks, to come on and do some testing and make sure that the new physics engine is not going to have any adverse effect on anything that you guys are working on that are physics related. So those we'll make that available to you guys before we even consider rolling out production grid. Obviously, we don't want to roll something out that's going to break anything you guys are working on or have any kind of adverse effect on what you're doing. But we are working on it. It's just a very long and tedious process because it is so complex. And we have to be careful about how we roll these things out, because we want to make sure that the implementation of this new physics engine is not going to prevent us from being able to take advantage of new updates that come out from the OpenSim developers too. So we have to find something that will work in sort of a plug-in modularized type architecture, so that we can still continue to grow and continue to take advantage of these new updates, these really good new updates coming from our OpenSim developers at opensimulator.org, and still be able to take advantage of the physics engine, if that makes any sense. So we have to be very careful about how we do this. We just don't want to slam it in there and put it in production and then just, say a prayer and hope that everything works. We don't want to cut ourselves off from the ability to continue to improve the environment that you guys are enjoying here. So that's, I guess, my official response to that. I don't want to give any dates. I don't want to set any expectations or make promises I can't keep. So I don't want to come out and say, yeah, it's almost done. But I will say that we are actively working on it. Sure, you're welcome. It's a good question. Okay, Tommy, go ahead.
Has something changed with the script engine recently? Because all of a sudden I'm having problems with the rental boxes at the mall not working.
No, I haven't made any changes to the scripting engine lately. No changes at all.
I don't know what it is. All of a sudden they can't. I mean, they pay them and then it pays them back, and the time stops. It stops ticking down on the time and everything.
Okay.
And that's just like in the last, I think maybe a month.
Have him get what's up.
Okay.
I sent a.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you get with Sub-Zero and have him take a look at it and see maybe if it's not something sim related that's having issues.
Okay.
Okay. But I can tell you that we have not made any modifications to the scripting engine, so it might be related to something else. But I will, so we'll take a look at it, and then I'll get with him, and we'll see if we can find a solution for you guys.
Vicky also.
Okay,
Basic
thanks.
scripts. You're welcome. Okay. Basic scripts.
So she needs to get with Sub also.
Yep, so
all
why
scripting.
don't you do the same, Vicky, if you could. Just get with Sub and see if we'll see if we can't nail down the problem. Okay, Rosie. Thanks for coming. This meeting is being recorded, by the way, and we'll be posting this on YouTube, so you can always come back and re-watch this meeting. And then next Sunday at 1 IO time, we'll be having a Q&A. So you can always, if there's questions you meant to ask but you didn't, you can always come back and do that. Okay. All right,
That's
I'm going to
fine.
hand it back over to
Just
Sarah now.
introduce Sub. He
Oh.
can come up.
Okay, the next person, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. The next person is going to come up will be Sub-Zero, and he'll be talking about scripting and all the physics and things like that as well. So, okay, so I'm going to hand it over to you.
Hey guys, what's going on? I wasn't falling asleep, I swear. And no, my brother didn't throw a shirt at me. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to the meeting. Greatly appreciate you guys showing up. Scripting. Sounds like you guys are having some slight issues with it. I'm usually always available. If you guys don't know, for those that don't know, there is a mailbox at the landing zone. You guys can always drop a note card there. I also have a note card placement now at the script shop, in case you think of a script that may need to be out that everyone could utilize. Definitely take advantage of my service here. If you guys have any scripting issues whatsoever at any time, hit me up with that note card. If you see that I'm online, hit me up with an IM. If you're bringing scripts over from another grid, you're not sure if they're going to work, or if you had them kind of working and then all of a sudden they stop, bring them on over. A lot of times the logic in coding changes from grid to grid. Much like the viewers, as Sugar was talking about earlier, you know how they each kind of do their own thing. There's these things that they're trying to do. You definitely want to come see me. For the last 2.5 years, I've really had the opportunity to really dig into what really kind of makes things work in this specific grid. So definitely take that opportunity to come in or come and contact me. Another thing I also do is I've been also working a little bit on the side as well with the physics engine and trying to program that and stuff like that as well. And same with Damien, we're really constantly working on it. My brother is here today. He's long been not here. He's also working with Mesh for those Mesh or Sculpt people. He's learning Blender really, really well. He's getting better and better with it. So hit him up every once in a while you guys have the opportunity to see him online. If you have any Mesh or sculpting questions, he'd be probably a good person to go to as a resource and get started. So the sit script, as you brought up, Vicky, that actually was resolved. I believe, unless he's having issues with that, is he still having problems with that? Or do you know? Where did Vicky go? Vicky, you still there? To add that one to make it work. Well, sometimes I don't know how many of you really have had a whole lot of coding experience. What will end up happening is you'll be thinking of an idea and you'll be coding along, and sometimes the logic in the coding doesn't make sense. There's other ways to do it. It's kind of like a door script. You can kind of like, you could code it one way and it'll work fine. Code it another way and get the same results. But sometimes, I don't know, it's just the way the methods sometimes work. If that doesn't work, I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to just switching over and trying another method if that method doesn't quite work the first try. And I think I've had that ever since I kind of got here, because a lot of people would say, oh, well, this doesn't work in OpenSim. You can't script that. It won't work. And I remember it was Damien, when I first got here, he was really excited because he worked on his the vehicle scripts, because that was a big challenge for a lot of OpenSim grids, is to get that physics and that simulation of vehicles to move and not crash and stuff like that. So we really just kind of take that extra time to look around at, well, why isn't this working? Is my results. And what ends up happening is that, I know for me, like if you get coding so much, you're coding all day long or whatever, you can make errors, and you look back, you get a little bit of sleep, you look back, you're like, oh, I spelled that wrong. That's why it wasn't working. Sometimes it's that simple. More scripts? I don't think so. It's just, I don't know. I'll give you the case and example on a sit script. The sit script was supposed to, instead, the first method was you sit on the post, and then when you sit on that post or the seat, there would be another one that would res right next to it. Well, the method was great, the idea was great, but for some reason we would only get to like 4 or 5 on the count. And I looked at it, I probably spent about an hour trying to figure out why it wasn't doing that, and I thought, you know what? What happens if I make one master prim that's going to then, every time somebody sits down, it's going to send a message over and just do some message swapping. Kind of like how HUDs kind of operate. Sometimes when you're resing things, like those gadget HUDs and stuff like that res stuff and they do things, they're constantly sending messages back. I thought, well, why don't we do that and see what happens? And sure enough, that was just happens to be one of the solutions. The actual sit part, the actual functions that cause actual sitting actually worked fine. It was just the resing part. There was something going on that the inventory, when you tried to sit down every single time, it just didn't quite work. It like ran out of memory or something. And so just kind of looked at it, looked at a different solution, and thought, well, let's try this. I mean, that's pretty much how it is, I think, in just about anywhere, So, hey, there's Wizard. So I don't know if it's anything like you need to do more scripting, or if sometimes just kind of looking at it and seeing if there's a better way. Like I said, hit me up. Bring it over. Say, look, okay, I've been working on this for, a couple days, whatever. And if you guys have any questions, problems, shoot them by me. I had one guy come up to me I don't see him here in the meeting. Can't remember the name now. And he just asked me a few questions. Oh, it rhymes with your name, bro. Aragon Ron, I think is his name. Asked me a few questions. Next thing you know, he had his code working really, really good. And he was so used to scripting in Second Life, I didn't really know the answer, but after kind of talking with him and doing some example coding just back and forth, I think in just about an hour or so we had his working as well. So sometimes just bouncing ideas off of other people sometimes helps as well, just to kind of look at it from a fresh pair of eyes. So hope that answers your question. But definitely stop by the script shop. I'm constantly, anytime I get a lot of requests from you guys, I bust it out, I send it out. The scripts are usually all full perms. They're very, very cheap. Once you buy it, you can give it to your friends. You can sell that code in your items. You have full permissions with it. And it's really hard for me to think of like all the different things to script up. So if you guys can think of more little scripts that people could use on a daily basis, drop by note card. I got them, like I said, both places. See you later, Volk. Thanks again. So, I guess you're working on something. And right now, I had moved, for those that don't know, I had the script shop and then I had the store. I had moved my store now to my sim. There is a landmark giver at the script shop if you guys don't have one. And yeah, because we, for some reason, was kind of getting laggy over there, and I thought, well, maybe a lot of script counts, so I went ahead and moved my store stuff to my sim. So it has been relocated. Anybody have any other questions with scripts or physics? When will you be able to sit on a prim? Wasn't that one of the features that they implemented on 07.4? I believe that you can sit on a box. You can sit multiple people now on a box. Do you mean as far as like the positioning? I've always sat on a box and it doesn't seem to be too far off. Are you like sitting on the box and it's like sticking you like off somewhere? Hmm. Oh, say a wall. Okay. Actually, I haven't tried that. Yeah, it's news to me. Oh, when you sit, you end up sideways. Huh. You know, I know that for some prims, and I don't know if this pertains to all of them, but if you rotate the prim, say you're creating a wall, but it has a window on it, so you rotate, let's say that box 90 degrees and you hollow it out. Well, now the rotation and stuff like that is kind of off rotation. So then I think what's happening is when it sits you at the default 0, 0, 0, it's putting you on there sideways is my best guess. But if you ever want to test it, try resing a box, stretching out, make it look like a wall, and then trying to sit on it then and see if it still does it. Well, that's a good idea, Isis. Make an invisible box. Does anyone have any more scripting questions or physics? I know Damien pretty much covered it. He nailed that one down. Thanks, buddy. High five through the computer. Did you do it? Did you do it? I'm just kidding, man. I know it's being recorded. All right, well, thank you guys for showing up, and I'll turn it back over to Sugar.
Okay, I guess the next person we'll bring up is Allison. So Allison, if you wanted to go over the things you want to talk about.
Sure. Make my screen cleared a little bit. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I am Allison Polino. I'm the marketing director here. I'm always looking for assistance with the marketing department. Those of you who don't have a lot of time but maybe just want to help out with the promotion of Island Oasis, because getting more people here that are active users, we're not looking for people just to make a bunch of accounts and have non-active accounts, but we're actually looking for people wanting to be a part of a virtual world. I do have a position on the staff where I've just called it marketing associate. Those people, they don't necessarily attend the weekly meetings or anything, but they're ones who may have their own blogs or Facebook accounts or different things where they're also willing to post where we have official news or announcements or any advertisements of that nature. Sometimes, like, for example, we had a grid white hunt, a couple of those. It's where I'd pass out the advertisement and the text for it, and we just ask you to share it and pass along. So if anybody's ever interested in helping out with any of that, let me know and I'll certainly add you to the list. It's just so I have a working list of who's willing to assist with, passing that information forward. We do happen to have staff. I don't think any of them are here today. I think it was because of the change of the scheduling of the town hall meeting, which normally we previously had on Thursdays. It's here now on Mondays. Yeah, I certainly will add you, hon. The 3 team managers that we have, the marketing department is broken down into 3 different divisions. We have a public relations and a customer focus team, and that pretty much liaisons with most of the residents that are here as on a need by need, case by case basis. We have a media focus manager, and that's where we're focused externally on the media that might be reporting on, blogging on, anything regarding Island Oasis. And then we also have a social media manager, and those will be for those social networking sites, but not just for a social networking site, but also face-to-face liaison. These are the managers of those 3 teams. We do have staff under those as well. So we're always looking for that. 2 of the projects that we do have coming up that we are currently working with the marketing department to help generate interest in Island Oasis is the marketing department will be sponsoring a shop the blocks type feature. That's anyone who has items for sale and whatnot. It would just be kind of a nominal fee to join up and participate in that. I think we're thinking something low like 50 Polino or even as low as 25 Polinos to participate. But it would provide you with a focused area, and we would also invite bloggers and writers to come in and kind of look over the content that's being made available here, as well as have that opportunity for people who are not part of the grid, as we're working with other content creators. Come in, give our grid a try, have some things for sale, see how it goes. The items would be up for sale for a week. You obviously would make 100% of whatever you sell. Now, as far as charging a nominal fee for it, the point of that is we do have a lot of support staff here on the grid who are non-paid staff. We do give a monetary compensation out. For example, Mentor of the Month actually gets a monetary compensation for that. There are members of my team who get various monetary compensations for things. Any revenue that's generated as far as to rent the space for that would just go back into the grid as far as helping to fund our support staff that's here. The other thing that we plan on having, and we're hoping to get that up by June or July, is we plan on having a grid-wide career fair sort of a thing. It would be a great marketing and networking tool for anyone who's here on the grid who is looking for employees, whether you're a club and you're looking for DJs or hosts or hostesses, whether you're a shop owner and you're looking for a group manager, anything of that nature. It'd be a place where you'd actually individually have a booth where you could go, you could set up, give people information about what sort of work or employees you're looking for or to hire. And it's also a great way for you to freely advertise what you're doing. So both of those we'll have announced as we get closer to some sort of actual dates and more details. We'll be announcing more regarding those 2 little programs we have going as well. There you go. That would be a great place for you to do that, Harley. We'll end up giving you a free booth, and you can put out an application or have news about it or whatever. But it also brings awareness to your Sims or your business or your store, what it is that you're doing. So, and we are hoping to work and have a lot of promoting outside of Island Oasis regarding both those programs to help bring awareness that Island Oasis is here. We are looking for other people to join here, but it's not just, we're looking for members, we're looking for members. We want you to be a part of something, and we do have something to offer here. There we go. But I guess I'll turn this, unless anybody has any other questions. You can turn it over to Sugar or Sheena. The Sugar back. Okay, what kind of questions do you have? Yeah, I'm personally not familiar with Paltalk. I don't think I have used that. But yeah, to open any sort of a room, if any resident here opens any sort of a room where there's, general talk and something, feel free to let us know. Um, yeah, that would be awesome. I don't want to speak for any other Polinos, but I honestly don't know that any of us have time to run something like that at this time. But that doesn't mean it's out of the question. But I'm all for, residents assisting and helping and building the grid in any way possible. But yeah, sounds like something awesome. I'll have to look into something like that. Awesome idea. Okay, hope Sub can make it back. Yeah. Anytime there's any suggestions or anything, we do have a suggestion box down at the welcome zone also. We don't want you to feel that you have to wait until a town hall meeting. I love bringing it up at a town hall meeting because it reaches a broader number of residents that are here. But always, something strikes you on a Tuesday or whatever, go down and slap in the suggestion box. We're certainly here to listen. Yeah, I remember back with ICQ, I used to be big with that, but I haven't used nothing on that in years. You have a good day, Susie. Okay, I'll go ahead and turn that over to either Sugar or Sheena or Scotty.
Thanks, Ellie. Next person coming up is going to be Sheena, talking about our mentor department.
Hi guys, can you hear me okay? I'm using a different mic today, so I don't know if anyone can. Okay. My name is Sheena Palino. I am the IO Mentor Director. I basically hire mentors who sit down at the welcome zone, welcome new people, kind of get them familiar, show them around, kind of get them to meet some people and help them with whatever they need right away. I am actually in the process of hiring. I'm doing a big mass hiring right now, so if anyone has 2 or 4 hours a week that they wouldn't mind dedicating to IO, please let me know. There are a bunch of perks, one being Mentor of the Month. There also is a financial reward for being Mentor of the Month. Free land is involved, and obviously a lot of recognition for the good job you guys do. I know I do see a couple of you sitting here, and I know some have already left due to real life. But yeah, so if any of you guys are available and would like to be a mentor, the best way to get a hold of me is drop a note card in my mailbox. I do check that daily. So like I said, if you have 2 to 4 hours between there, a week, that's what it is. It's a week. Let me know, and we can, get you set up. I'll put you in an interview. If you obviously continue to do it, you'll shadow with someone, kind of have them go through kind of what I did, get you a little more familiar once you're on your own, and then you're all good to go. So if you are looking for some free land and to voluntarily help people, that would be awesome. Right now I have about 15 15 of them. I think it's 15 now. But I'm still, obviously, I'm looking for more. I need more people to cover more hours in the day. So my goal is to have at least someone down there 24/7. So once again, if you are interested, just send me a note card in my mailbox at the Welcome Zone. So does anyone have a question on how to be a mentor or exactly what a mentor does? What a mentor does is they sit down at the Welcome Zone, and when somebody lands, they will give them they'll give them landmarks to begin with. They will tell them about the land prices, kind of show them, at the Welcome Zone there is the free store behind us, that right when you land there's a free store behind them. Kind of walk them in there, kind of show them around there, kind of get them not looking like a newbie, more or less. A lot of times they'll introduce, somebody will come in here saying, I like to build. A lot of my mentors know who are some builders, or, where there's a place to go to get some stuff, all stuff like that. So it's basically just to, get on your feet and basically show you what IO's about. Nice, Wizard. So with the note card you drop in my box, I need your name. I need basically the amount of time you can put in. Like I said, because there's two positions, there's 2 hours or 4 hours. The number of hours, if you can do more, I know Harley, you are awesome at working mentor. You're phenomenal at it. And I just need somebody whenever. Doesn't matter. I'm not specific, okay, you work from 2 to 3. It doesn't matter to me. Just whenever you're available. So I just need your name, how many hours a week you can do, about the time you would be on IO to do those hours, and when the best time to contact you to set up an interview with you. That's basically just something basic if you're looking to do it. So, are there any other questions? How many mentors am I looking for? Is that what you're referring to? I have no limit, as many as I can. Because like I said, I need someone to cover, basically, I need enough people to cover 24 hours. So we have basically the night's pretty set, and early morning, there's a couple people that'll do it here and there. So obviously I need tons of people. So the more the merrier for me. Yep, and that's why we want someone to be there all the time, because I do understand the time zones. So if it's nighttime for me, obviously it's easier, but a lot of places some people are sleeping, so that's why we want somebody to, it doesn't matter who it is, just somebody there to greet new members and make them feel welcomed. So. Yes, Vicky, that is true. We can never have enough. So, are there any other questions or comments? Because if not, then I will hand the mic back over to Sugar. Vicky, I will be announcing that probably next week. Right now it's basically a tie, so I had to extend it out a week. So yeah, pretty much. So it's been the first time it's been very close, so I had to extend it out a week. It's between two people, and they had the exact time, and basically number of compliments were the exact same, so I had to give it an extra week to see if that would do anything. So, but I will be announcing Mentor of the Month probably next Thursday. All right. Well, then I'm going to hand the mic back over to Sugar.
Thanks, Sheena. Again, mentors are so extremely important for Island Oasis. We pride ourselves on customer service. Being a mentor, that is kind of people's first impressions. When they see you and they see you helping them, it's such a better feeling than landing in a place where people are ignoring them, mean to them, or there simply just isn't anybody there. So being a mentor is extremely important to Island Oasis. So I do encourage all members here to be involved, even if it's just 2 hours a week. I encourage everybody to be involved in our mentor team. That kind of helps supports Island Oasis, and it also helps our new people get acquainted and feel like this is home for them.
Goddess is the newest member. She just joined today.
Oh, welcome to Island Oasis, Goddess. I didn't know you were new here today.
Yeah, this is the most recent account created.
Nice. And she's already at the meeting. That's awesome to see. Okay, the next person we are going to bring up is Scotty Pellino. Scotty, again, has taken over Will's position. He is now the new region support director, as well as like Damien's assistant. So he's got a lot on his plate. Go ahead, Scotty.
All right. Hello, everyone. I hope you all can hear me well. Well, I don't really have too much today, considering I just kind of took over this position in the past few days here. But I just want to let everybody know that I will be doing my best to take over Will's shoes. But looking forward to it. Been wanting to get some more responsibility and some other things to get done. Kind of put some other projects. I know before this I was mainly working with physics and the Havoc, and kind of put that on the back burner currently for a while. So I'm going to concentrate on some other things. But I look forward to it and working with everybody. If you guys got any issues or problems or need help with anything on your regions and such, just don't be afraid to contact me in whatever way need be. Leaving note cards at the welcome zone is probably going to be the easiest way, but if you need anything at all, just don't be hesitant to contact me. So, anybody got any questions at all right off the bat? Thanks, Froggy.
Thanks, Froggy.
All right. Well, hopefully next meeting then I'll have some more to say. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, Gemini and Sierra, if you two could stick around after the meeting, we will sit down with Scotty kind of going through things. Scotty will be contacting all region owners. Vicky, I'm going to delete your account.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I
I said,
didn't.
by the way, Chitter's gonna be a grandma.
Yes, I am officially going to be a grandma for the first time. Sheena is my real life daughter, and she is pregnant. So, yeah, we're all pretty excited here at the house. Just because I'm a grandma doesn't mean I'm old. I'm just letting you all know that now. So anyways, Scotty will be contacting all landowners within the next 2 weeks. Just kind of introducing himself. If you would like to friend him. For those of you who have Will Pelino, if you guys have your land locked down where it's not public access, Scotty is the one that needs to be put on your access list. If Will was there, you can remove Will. And please add Scotty Pelino to your access list so that way he's able to get to your regions, because he is your head point person for any region issues. So he needs to be able to have Will Pelino is no longer going to be a Pelino. He does have his regular avatar. I don't know when he will be in next. I do know that everything is okay with him. We were worried there for a little while, but he's contacted us. Any further details you would need to speak with Will about when you see him. So I could delete him. Yes, if you would like to delete Will Pelino, that avatar, the avatar, any of the Pelino avatars are Island Oasis property. So you may see him pop on from time to time under Will Pelino. That is because it's Island Oasis property and me or Damien needed to access that. But otherwise, that avatar is no longer. He's not an active member now. But Will does have his original avatar, which you can friend him and things, and hopefully he will be in soon. I don't know when, but that's it. So at this point in time, we are opening up the floor for any and all questions. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? Where's the food? I don't know. We heard the barbecue was at your house, boy. Get crack-a-lackin' on my burgers. Just kidding. Do you find many underage Abbies here on this site? Goddess, we are extremely picky when it comes to underage avatars. We do not allow them here at all. If they are found out, that's one of the trainings that the mentors go through. If they suspect that a person lands and they are under the age of 18, the mentors know to directly contact one of us Palinos, and we have a way of verifying their age. If their age comes out to be wrong, or they simply will not cooperate, they are banned. The account is banned. They're not even allowed to create a new avatar because they're banned from the website also. So we are extremely strict when it comes to underage kids coming here. We have had a handful of them. They've been dealt with very swiftly. How did I have under 80? So, yes, that is a very important thing. I guess I look at it, I love kids. Me and Damien have 5 kids, so it has nothing to do with kids. It has to do with there is adult content here. And I personally do not want my younger children in a place that has the adult content. It's not appropriate for them. So it's nothing to do with that, I just don't like them. I just personally don't want them here. Speaking of kids, summertime is coming up here, so we are going to be starting our Safe Haven project. For those of you who have heard about Safe Haven, I will be looking for temporary content creators. Now, what this is going to be is this is going to be things that you are going to be giving away for free. It's something that you're not charging. Real quick, I will just run down what Safe Haven is. Safe Haven is going to be a grid that me and Damien are opening up under the Island Oasis grid. That is going to be a closed enrollment grid, and it's going to be for special needs. We are going to be the first virtual world in the world to actually have this. We are going to have camp counselors, is kind of what our people are going to be called, staff members there. They're going to be assigned to members. There has to be a sponsor and a special needs person. We have not come up with if it's going to be for strictly children or if it's going to be adults and children with special needs. What do you mean by special needs? Special needs are physically handicapped, mentally handicapped, mental retardation, autism. It just goes such a big, vast list. That would be awesome. What we're going to be doing and what I'm asking is that content creators here in Island Oasis, they will have temporary, once we get this grid up and running, because it's a total separate from Island Oasis, I will allow logins before we open up the grid to the public. It's not going to be public, it's going to be closed enrollment. But yeah, before we start taking applications, I'm going to kind of handpick people who want to give their stuff to Safe Haven, because it needs to be for free. Because these kids are going to be able to go in there and actually be kids. They're not going to be a disease. They're not going to be anything what society would label them as. They're going to be kids. We are working with companies that provide actual computer things to help assist special needs kids and adults to be able to access the internet and virtual worlds. And more news on the special needs grid. Yep, that's what this is. That's what this is all about, Froggy, is a special needs grid. It's called Safe Haven. So anybody that would like to donate, I will need lots of kids stuff, Isis. You betcha. Because I believe we're going to have more kids, exactly, all kids stuff. So far, we have quite a great response from people that are already on a waiting list, waiting till Safe Haven is built. So this is kind of very near and dear to mine and Damien's heart, and it's just one of those things that we feel that we need to do. So anybody who would like to donate anything for free, you will have temporary access once the grid is built. Once we start taking applications, your access to that grid will be no longer. Because we need to keep it a controlled, safe environment, it's not just going to be open access to anybody. So anybody that wants to donate, it will be full perm. You'll have to make it full perm. we can go over all the details once we get Safe Haven actually built. Safe Haven, I don't know about full permit. I mean, you could make it like no transfer kind of things or whatever, or no modify. What we wanted to do is once we start taking applications and we open it, yeah, that would be fine. Once we start taking applications, you guys are not going to be allowed to go in there to do any kind of support for the things that you've created. So anything that you do donate, I will have to do all the support for. Because with it being a closed grid, organizations would sponsor. We are also looking into sponsorships. We're looking in all different things. That would be awesome, Joe. This is kind of brand new. It is brand new to the world, actually. So you're opening a sim up for kids. It's not opening a sim up for kids, Goddess. It is a completely separate virtual world, and it is only going to be for special needs. In order to be able to get an account on that grid, they have to apply through me and Damien only. We will sit down with the sponsor and talk with them before we even allow access. Once me and Damien, after we sit down and talk with the sponsor and the special needs child or adult, then we will give a temporary, very short access to a special login. They have to be able to log in within that time. Once they do that, the site where they can actually log in is going to be done. So they can't keep creating more things. I am disabled, so I know how much sites just help my... That's awesome. Yep. We have a lot of people here in Island Oasis that are disabled, or they have special needs kids. Yeah. So this is kind of, really special and really important to us. Again, it's building a whole new grid. So it's like 2 of them. Nice. Okay. That's kind of, well, we know Tommy's special needs. You just let us know when you're ready to. Thank you, Isis. We're definitely going to need kid things because we want to make it where kids can be kids. Kids aren't what society is labeling them. We want to have dances. We want to allow them to create content and sell their content so they can actually make money. We just want them to be out of society's eyes, more or less, and let them be who they want to be. And that's kind of what Safe Haven is about. Yep, Safe Haven, it will be sky's the limit. They can view mesh. Yep, they will have the same capabilities as Island Oasis. Awesome. The Autobots, Aragon, kids would just die. that would be, you have no idea. And here you can be anything or anything you want. Yep, it is. Yes, Sierra, they're gonna be selling amongst themselves. They're gonna be selling what they want on Safe Haven. What we might do is we might. There's still a lot of planning in this. Is almost like having an expo where things that they buy. You could open that up a bit. Yeah. Things that they buy, we may have like maybe a special marketplace kind of things where they can put it up on their marketplace where other people in Island Oasis itself is able to go and purchase them things. So like I said, still lots and lots and lots of planning to do. But I mean, it really is a good thing that we're trying to do, and I'm hoping as many people here can be involved with the actual building and creating of Safe Haven. I'll be looking for builders who can actually build houses, because each member, as they join, they get a homestead sim. That's kind of part of the membership. Yep, and they'll be able to sell amongst themselves. So anyways, we could talk more about Safe Haven as things progress. Just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. If you know of somebody that would like to build, landscape, terraform, create content. Vicky, I am so deleting your account. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, or concerns? Yeah, Vicky, I gotta think of who it was. Somebody was just talking about bicycles the other day.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was though. So now sub's gotta be the show off.
Consider drinking soda instead of coffee. No, diabetic, so I drink my water or my coffee. Yeah, that's who it was, Vicky. She was looking for those. She was looking for bicycles.
They both are doing it now. Look who's here.
Oh, nice. All right, well, on that note, we are going to call this meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much for being a part of Island Oasis and for taking the time to come to our monthly meeting. Again, our monthly meetings are changed now. It will be the first Sunday of every month at 1 IO time. The next Sunday will be on the news site. We will have a live chat for those people who were not able to make this meeting. Videos will be posted so people can view the video if they were not able to make the meeting. All of you take care. Have a fantastic day. Jem, Sierra, give me